What's up, guys? Matt here with Lamont, playing some Zelda. We just burnt down the castle.
Oh yeah. Fire trumps bones.
That's actually kind of crazy. Look at that mouth. That's creepy. It's creepy looking. At this point, though, the rest of the dungeon's pretty easy. Like, I'd say. At least as far as I remember. This part not being too difficult.
I wonder what that creature used to be, that dead creature.
What, the moth?
So the...
Looks like a dead moth that we go in its mouth.
With a...
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I guess. It looked like a moth to me, like a bone for a tongue bone. Like taking his tongue out.
I don't know. I thought it was a moth. That was my first guess. It kind of looks like the boss. I could be wrong.
The boss is a lot smaller. This is the boss's mother.
Guess it could be it. That's kind of weird, though. They just burnt your mom's mouth so we could get inside and kill you. It's funny.
Hey, it's back in Mario. It's on Star Road.
I mean, they do look like stars. I don't know. I bet they have an official name, but... That wall thing, dude. Fuck, that thing's annoying.
I wonder what it's a master of.
Master of being a bitch, that's what it's a master of. Annoying me. Makes this levels much harder. See, look at this shit! I was right there!
Like, boom. Like, screw you, Matt. Screw you.
At this point, I'm pissed. I'm like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, if we had been playing this... Yeah, like, if we had been playing this with not post-commentary, you'd probably hearing Matt doing a lot of cursing right now.
Yeah, this game, for all its ups and downs, it's still like, I don't know, it's probably one of the most liked video games of all time. And as far as, let me think how I want to say this. So there's games that are the best, right? So let's imagine the top 100 best video games of all time, right? And those are literally the best that have, games that have three things, like, you know, they're captivating, their story and plot is really good, let's all count that as one. The second one is that their graphics and controls and everything that has to do with hardware is great. And then the third one is the difficulty is not too high, it's not too low, and it's fun. You know, it's fun to play. So, I'm saying, imagine that list, but only with difficult games, like the top 100 most difficult but best but fun to play games. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take out graphics, take out captivating stories and plots, and just go by most hard. This game wouldn't be at the very top because it's difficult-wise, it's not very hard. But
no, actually, this game is gameplay-wise. This game is like one of the easiest games to beat. I mean,
right,
story. Right. Like I said, the only boss I've ever had trouble with is that stupid mole worm fight. The final boss is pretty much a piece of cake once you get to them, but it's that damn fight.
Right. I'd like to see the most 100 best video games that based on difficulty. Because I think people nowadays, maybe it's not as bad as the boss, by the way. Mothula. That sounds like a character from that one show. Is it a Godzilla? I was thinking of the other show. I can't think of its name, with the skull, bad guy, and what is that called? It was like a cartoon in I think in the 80s, where...
He-Man?
He-Man, yeah, that's what it was. For some reason it sounds like a character from He-Man.
I do think there's a Mothula Godzilla on the old Japanese movies or something.
Might be.
And boom, he's dead.
He's fairly easy.
So the fire beats moths. Like a moth to the flame.
I guess I could look that up. best 100 most difficult games that are still fun to play. You know, because difficulty is interesting.
Like, what's the most difficult game you played so far on your list of Let's Plays? Oh.
Probably Fester's Quest, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard as shit.
Yeah. Oh. Here, more story background of the Triforce and Ganondorf. You want to read it? Just pause it right now. You can read it slowly or advance slowly on your thing. We'll wait for you.
You are their bloodline, you aren't you? It's like she doesn't fucking know. Like, lady, I'm here to save you. Of course I'm in the fucking bloodline. I just killed a giant monster.
Yeah, I guess he's the descendant of Link from Ocarina of Time, even though he was quote defeated. I guess he wasn't defeated enough not to have kids. It's like I'm okay. Yeah, some people think Ganon killed Link in this timeline from Ocarina of Time, but I think he just defeated him. Like he shamed him. Like I defeated you. Feel off in shame now.
That's what you wish to believe. It's not the truth. Ganon's evil.
The truth is, well, in Wind Waker, we find out you don't need to kill the people to get the Triforce, because he didn't kill Zelda or Link. He got the Triforce out from them anyway, so they still survived. So I'm thinking they were still alive. They survived the defeat, but they ran away in shame because they lost. They're losers.
Why did we go back in this dungeon even after we beat it? Confused.
I think we just trying to get. Maybe I think we were trying to get to a different exit or something.
I don't know. I think I was afraid of using the mirror in that area because I didn't know where it would take me or something. Maybe, no? I don't know. Let's see. Is there something we had to get? Maybe we had to get something.
I think we had to get to...
The Thieves Palace is the next one. Where's that? Is that one close?
Right below us.
Oh.
I think we had to get to that different exit thing because we couldn't get to the... out from... We had to go to the... get to there. This is the first... By the way, people, this is the first episode that there's no filler between palaces. We go straight from one to the other. No filler. Like, straight to business.
Yep. We did pretty much collected about 90% of the items, really.
Every other palace, we stop for a while and like, let's get this stuff. Nope, this one, boom. Here.
Where is the entrance to the Thieves? Oh, is it in the middle of the town?
Yeah, it's where the duck was in the White World.
That's right. That's why we didn't fly out, because it's just like right down here. I wondered why I didn't do that. It would be faster, but no, this would be faster. Also, if you notice, we used our fairies in the dungeons, and then somehow miraculously we have 3 fairies at the start of each dungeon. It's because in between dungeons we would pause it, or at certain points we'd pause the recording, go fill up on fairies, and then so that way what we're recording doesn't show us just filling up on fairies all the time.
The magic of editing.
Yeah, it's just easier that way. I think we pause it maybe right before we go into a dungeon, run off, get the fairies, and then come back and go in.
Right before the boss fight.
Oh yeah, see if you use magic on those well, they're not anti-fairies, there's something else. If you use magic on them, you can get a fairy too. All the tricks you need to know to survive in this game. The map that we never use. I guess you could explain to people the plot, or not the plot, but the story. Is there a story behind the boss in here? There's kind of a story.
Oh.
But understand what we're doing, because it's going to come up in the next episode.
Well, in this, if you know this game before, you know the story, but for those you haven't, spoiler alert, we find the princess, the maiden, without killing the boss. It's like, what? Like, why aren't you trapped in a crystal? Look at all the others. Like, what makes you so special being in a jail cell?
Uh-huh.
So, but apparently when you try to free her, it's like, I want to go outside. It's like, I guess she has Stockholm syndrome. Like, go outside, like, right, freedom.
She's just she's a trap. It's a trap.
Like, yeah, I can say she has Stockholm syndrome. You know what that is, don't you?
Yeah, that's where you end up loving your captors or something like that. Right?
Yeah.
Pro. She's got a pro fairy. See it? That was cool.
Expert ownage.
This dungeon's kind of confusing too with all the, they switched to this kind of, it's hard to explain. So they're showing different levels.
It's like a maze.
Right. Like, so there's the top level and the bottom level, and then the top level overlaps the bottom level, which is a really cool effect you get. It makes it look like you're in, like, a really long castle, or I'll pick that one up.
Yeah, and
Really big castle.
And some rooms below you don't know until you actually go under there. Some of them you can go through under the bridge, other ones you can't. They're just blocked off.
Yeah.
One way to find out is to go down there and actually check and see which ones are walkthroughable.
Also, it's good to note that when you are a bunny, you can't use anything. It's sort of the downfall of being a bunny.
Well, bunnies can't use weapons unless they're from Ninja Turtles. That one alien bunny, whoever his name was.
I don't know. Are you talking about like just somebody from one of the episodes,
Yeah.
the cartoon?
Yeah. Is there any other bunny fighters out there in cartoons or games?
Well, there's this game called Claymation. I don't know if you ever played that for the Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I played it. I played.
There was a bunny in that.
I played a tournament game once. I played it myself, and I could see how tournaments worked.
It was really fun. I mean, it was a really unique take on a fighting game that I had never seen before.
That game almost made our top 20 lists.
Yeah, it did.
I considered it like, ooh, but we already.
There were some people. There was a guy who commented on my list that of my top 10 or top 20 NES games, and you know that list, don't you? He said that Excite Bike was on the list and RC Pro-Am shouldn't be on the list, and he's correct. I mean, really, we're not big sports fans or any sort of like non-RPG style game. We play a lot of different things, but for the most part, sci-fi and RPG fantasy games are our favorite.
Yeah.
And the reason why, and the same with the Super Nintendo list, the reason why I bring it up is that there was a sports game, not a sports game, a fighting game on that list, and we don't, we're not big fighting game fans either, but we chose to include them in the list because we wanted an all-encompassing list. We didn't just want, like, our favorite games. We wanted a list that sort of was, like, generalized.
It also was our favorite games, the games that we actually played, you know?
Yeah, it was a half and half.
Yeah.
Thing. A lot of people didn't like Civilization because it's not that popular. It wasn't, like, a hugely popular game, but still, we liked it.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that sports games, they have their place. There should always be one sports game on your list if you're making one.
Yeah, I did like Excite Bike when I was a kid. Not because of the game played. I like the game, but I like the track building, like putting all these weird tracks and just trying to go across them. Excite Bike, I think Excite Bike was one of the first games I ever rented when video games became available in the Vandalia area. Right. Like, at first there's only 4 game choices. It was like Excite Bike and Final Fantasy 1.
Sorry to interrupt you, but the video's almost over.
Time
Okay,
to say
see ya.
farewell.